Alright, before I get started today, I just wanted to tell you I just ordered this book from True Form Armatures. It's a book by Avard T. Fairbanks, and it's called Human Proportions for Artists. People are always asking me where they can find books or material on proportions, and this is something that is really dynamite. They break down in drawings the proportions and measurements and everything that you can check as you're sculpting to get the best results, including how to do the feet and hands. Masculine means male, I suppose. And then all the proportions and measurements for the human body and stuff like that in here. And then they've got metric measurements inside here, breaking down all the measurements for those of you that are really anal. But it's an incredible book. Probably one of the best books I've ever found on the human anatomy and how to work out your sculpture so that it doesn't look like the upper part of the body is too long and the legs are too short and arms are too long or whatever, and the head's too big or something like that. So if you want to get a really good book, and it's a thick one, it's not a little thin book, and it's a kind of a loose leaf folder type thing, so when you're working you can actually put this next to your sculpting stand and lay it on your sculpting stand or a table next to it and view the material inside. So it's just a suggestion for those of you who are looking for that kind of material. Now, I raised the clay and put it on top of this box because the stand doesn't go up any higher. A lot of sculpting stands, when you go to buy a sculpting stand, pay attention to the height, the lowest height to the highest height. Now, I can't stand for hours because my back won't let me. So I have to have a stand that gets down to about 20 some odd inches and up to at least this height. And if it has to go higher, you just put an extension like a box, or you build a little wooden platform to attach to your table, and then you can attach your sculpture to it and then raise it up even higher. The reason I need it higher is so I can work under the leg and in the chest muscles and stuff like that. So, without further ado, I'm going to get started. I got my model of my horse over here, my photographs, and all my material ready to go, and I got the clay softened up. It's time to sculpt. Yeah, I got to remove his foot again because I can't work in this area with that on. The hardest thing to work on the horse, as far as I'm concerned, is the underside, because there ain't a lot of drawings on the underside of a horse, and so you just have to try to find photographs, and I found a few, so I'm okay for those of you who are about to send me a whole bunch of photographs. I don't need them. I got plenty. I just saying it's a hard thing to sculpt because it's not the part that's photographed. Piece of wood in the end of his shoulder. I've spent the last 2 hours on my computer trying to find pictures of the horse's neck and chest. And I've got an old drawing from an old art book that I had from years ago on the left, and photograph of a horse almost exactly the same position as the drawing is. And so I can see both the drawing and the actual. And it gives me an idea. Now, the Western horse that I'm doing here is a cayuse, and so it would not have the same kind of structure as a quarter horse on the right side, but it certainly gives me an idea of how the muscles are set up. And so that's what I'm working on right now. So it's been a couple hours on the computer, and I mean, it's just one of those things you have to do when you want to make something accurate. Now there's a tendon that comes down from a muscle right there, and it comes down underneath the wrap around the knee joint and comes right down to the front of the leg like that. And it actually comes right down to the hoof. There's another tendon. There's another tendon that comes from there up in there, like that. Alright, I'm putting a tendon right here. On the inside, it's coming from this point here, where my thumb is right now, and disappears up in here, like that. Gotta attach that tendon again. Now there's another one. It comes down. Now, I'm not doing this from my memory. I'm looking at my drawing. So, don't think I'm smart, because I ain't. Comes down like that, right off there. It comes down there like that. Now, just a matter of shaping it. Just a matter of training your hand and your eye to do what you see, and hope that you're doing it right. It took a long time, and I'm still not there completely. Probably never will be. There are other artists that just amazing sculptors. I'm just okay. Sculptor, I think. There we go. Okay. Get this light above here again. Oh, you can see it a little bit better now. I'm going to turn off the lights and let this thing cool, because the clay's gotten a little soft. I got to turn my heat down in my bedroom. What's the temperature outside? Oh, no wonder it's up in the 40s. I thought it might be getting warm in here. Alright, that's going to do it for today. And I'll pick this up tomorrow on the other leg. I just wanted to get this one done, and I've got a little more fine tuning, a lot more fine tuning actually, but it's getting there. I'm happier now than I was when I started on it. So, until tomorrow, people, have a great night.